Tito's. Not only is it great, but they sponsor me, so I gotta drink it. Anyway, what's up, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for tuning in. Tonight I want to make some Mexican rice. My Cowboys are playing, so we're gonna make some Mexican rice. I'm gonna do some chado beans and some fajitas. However, this video is strictly going to be about the rice. Now, as a Mexican, not Mexican, but Mexican, if there's one thing I have to have with rice, it's beans. Rice, a bowl of rice, beans, and some chile, some salsa, some hot sauce. Oh, don't get any better than that for a Mexican. So that's what we're going to make tonight. Again, this is strictly going to be about the rice, the Mexican rice. It should be good. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to add that in the blender. I've got half an onion that I've kind of diced up. We're going to add that in here. To that, I've got 2 small tomatoes that I've just kind of roughly chopped up. We're going to add that in there. We're going to add about 5 cups of water. To this. Got the water in there. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of the scalded up oil, the chicken bouillon, chicken flavored bouillon, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons for our flavor. So 1, 2, and I am going to hit it with just a bit of salt and pepper. This is a 50-50 mix I already had pre-made of salt and pepper. We're going to get this blended up and then we'll move on to the rice. Alright, this is done. Give it a quick little taste. Oh yeah. Alright, let's move on to the rice. So I've got a pan here on high heat. We're going to add just a little bit of oil to it. And we want to let this get really hot first before we add the rice. Alright, the oil is hot. I got 1 cup of rice. I'm going to add that in there. And we just want to brown this up a little bit. This probably go for about roughly 10 minutes. And we want to make sure we keep this rice moving. We don't want it to burn. We do want it to brown up, but we don't want it to burn. So, all right, this has been browning for a little bit. If you can tell, the rice is kind of burnt up some, kind of gotten brown. That's what we're looking for. So still on a high heat. I'm going to take that tomato and onion mixture that I blended up. We're going to add that right to the pot. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit of more salt and pepper. And that is it. Turn it down to a low heat. We're going to put a lid on it and just let it simmer until this water evaporates. It gets soaked into the rice. And once it's about 10 minutes before it's done, we'll turn the heat off and just kind of let it coast that last 10 minutes. It smells good. So once we get this lid on it, we will not touch this bad boy until it's done. There you go, lit it up, and I will pick back up when it's done. I think the rice is done. It's been going for about 45 minutes. Take a look at that. Oh yeah, it's done. Let's give it a, oh yeah, it's soft. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. We're gonna let this sit for a bit. Just let that lid off a little bit. We're gonna let the rest of the food finish up, and we'll get to tasting this rice. All right, one thing I wanted to show you really quickly. Yeah, as I'm moving this rice around, I don't know if you can tell or not, but there isn't any rice sticking to the bottom of the pan. Now, sometimes people have a problem with the rice sticking to the pan, and a way to avoid that from happening is what I mentioned earlier in the video, in that a lot of times people will cook the rice until all the water is gone and then they cut it off. But if you cut the heat off when there's about 10 minutes left, there's still some water in there, but you cut the heat off and let it kind of coast to being done, it really helps prevent this rice from sticking. So just wanted to mention that little tidbit. We're gonna taste this. All right, so I've got some rice here before I add the beans and the chile. We're gonna give this a taste by itself. Not bad, pretty good. It actually has a ton of flavor, but what I will say is that it is a little overcooked, and you can tell because it's a little mushy. In all honesty, I kind of forgot about it when I was cooking the fajitas. Anyway, so it's a little bit over, but it still tastes really, really good. The recipe itself is excellent. So if you've ever wanted to try Mexican rice, this is a good recipe. So I'm gonna add some beans, some chado beans, and put some salsa, get some fajitas, and it's on. Thank you guys for watching.